Hello everyone and welcome back to another Pony&Wolf Productions video. My name is visualbrony and today we are reading the story How to Truly Enjoy Your Breakfast by twow443 or twow443. Well, I hope that one of these pronunciations was what yours had in mind when they chose their username, because I have no idea how to say that. Anyhow, now, here's this amazing list of those amazing people who keep donating to our amazing food budget is what I wanted to say. I mean, ramen is nice, but you know, I would like to have something fresh for a change. So if you want to donate a little bit of money, that would be very much appreciated. So your options are Patreon, one-time donations, our merch store, or Super Thanks right below this video and in the description. So, without further ado, let's get into the meat of the story after I've reminded you that liking and sharing this video, as well as subscribing to the channel, also helps us out a great deal. Chapter 1.
That was the best sleep I've had in days.
Fluttershy sighed as she stretched herself out. She glanced out of her window. She was expecting to see a rainstorm, but there was no clouds in the sky and the sun was shining brightly.
Oh, I wonder if the storm was scheduled for tomorrow. I thought that it was today.
Fluttershy tapped her head, thinking.
Well, maybe Rarity will still want to go to the market today.
She was interrupted by a loud rumbling. She giggled and rubbed her stomach.
Well, I better go eat something to get ready for the day.
The yellow Pegasus rolled out of bed and quickly went into her bathroom to prepare for the day. After spending a few minutes to comb her mane, tail, and brush her teeth, she made her way downstairs. Surprisingly, when she reached her living room, she saw that all of her animals were already fed and had water.
Who fed all of my animals?
Fluttershy murmured as she trotted into the kitchen.
Oh, good morning, Angel.
The bunny in question had just set up a place for Fluttershy to sit down at the table.
Did you feed everyone?
Fluttershy asked. She smiled as the little bunny vigorously nodded his head.
Well, thank you. Now, time for breakfast.
As the mare started to walk over to her fridge, Angel jumped on her and tugged on her mane.
What's wrong?
Fluttershy asked him. He scowled and pointed at the spot he had made for his owner.
Did you make breakfast for me also?
She asked. He nodded and tugged on her mane again. Nonplussed, Fluttershy moved over to the seat and sat down, looking at the table. There was a large glass of water, a table mat in front of her, and a fork and knife in front of her. Angel had also spread some condiments around the table, such as peanut butter, regular butter, and jam. There was also a tall glass of milk there also, which Fluttershy took a sip of. She had only been sitting there for about 3 minutes before Angel came hopping back, holding a plate with another plate on top of it.
What do you have for me, Angel?
Fluttershy wondered. Angel gave the plate to Fluttershy and motioned for her to put it down on the table. As she did that, the little bunny hopped onto the table. He gave a mock bow, then proceeded to take the plate off. Fluttershy gasped. Sitting before her was a round object made of dough. It had a hole in the middle, as if something was supposed to fit inside or if something was left out. It gave off a pleasant aroma that permeated the room. Fluttershy had heard of this before, but was struggling to remember the name of it.
Angel,
Fluttershy began.
This isn't one of those bagels I've heard about, is it?
Angel grinned and nodded.
Well, guess I'll eat up. Rarity will be here soon and I don't want to keep her waiting.
Angel hopped off the table to go eat his own breakfast. Fluttershy lifted the bagel and took a tentative bite. As she chewed the warm dough, she could taste a hint of garlic.
So I guess that these are garlic bagels,
she thought to herself.
But I wonder,
she said as she took another look around the table. Fluttershy reached over and picked up her knife. Concentrating, she made a vertical slice and then a horizontal slice across the bagel, separating it into 4 parts. She then laid the knife down and picked up a piece that she had already bitten. She continued to eat that piece, enjoying the taste of garlic on her tongue. After she had consumed that piece, she reached over for the regular butter. She set the butter down next to the bagel and picked up her knife again. After wiping the knife off with a napkin, she dug it into the butter and removed some. Carefully, she spread it out onto the second piece of the bagel, making sure to cover every part of the surface. Once she had finished, she set the knife down by the butter and lifted the bagel piece. Not hesitating this time, she took a bigger bite out of the bagel piece. Her eyes widened in awe at what she was tasting. The butter and the garlic combined in such a way that it tasted as if she was eating butter that was made out of garlic. Fluttershy swallowed and gave a small, happy sigh. She then resumed to eating the bagel piece. Once that piece was finished, Fluttershy wiped her mouth and rotated the plate so that another bagel piece was in front of her. She then reached over to grab a spoon and dip it into the jar of raspberry jam that was close by. She made sure to get a decent spoonful and plopped it onto the bagel piece. Flipping the spoon over, she methodically spread the jam out across the bagel. She then put the spoon down and picked up the bagel piece, opening her mouth to take a bite. Fluttershy grimaced but continued to chew the bagel piece. The raspberry jam didn't mix well with the garlic flavorings that the bagel had. After she swallowed, she pushed the bagel piece away from her in disgust. Finally, she reached for the peanut butter and her knife again. She quickly cleaned off the knife and dipped it into the peanut butter. After taking out some, she carefully spread it out onto the bagel piece and prepared to take her bite of it. Fluttershy was surprised when the bagel piece tasted pretty good. Even though the garlic flavoring was there, the peanut butter seemed to cancel out the taste of garlic. Eagerly, the yellow Pegasus ate the rest of the bagel piece. Finally, she was done eating. She started to clean up when she heard a knock at her front door. She rose up and trotted over to the door, opening it to reveal a white unicorn mare.
Fluttershy, dear,
Rarity said, pulling her friend into a hug.
how are you doing? Quite well, thank you.
Fluttershy said to her.
Well then, are you ready to go?
Her friend asked. Fluttershy stared at Rarity for a moment, then smiled.
Of course, but I have a question. Would you like to come inside for a bagel?
It is once again time for comment time with me, Luna, the comment kitty. Like and subscribe so that my can openers can buy me more amazing toys and treats. Sometimes I allow them to buy some food and stuff for themselves too, but only after I had my own share first. Also don't forget the merch store and the Patreon in the description down below. That way you can get stuff earlier or support the channel and get amazing merchandise. These bagels certainly sound tasty. My papa and mama tell me that they've never tried them, but I think they should. Have you ever tried a bagel with different spreads like Fluttershy did here? Now go away, there is an app with my name on it.